let's go! Alright, so this is going to be the last of the Frieza arc deaths. And finally, this will conclude the Frieza arc, and I can finally go into the future Trunks stuff. So anyways, King Cold is a very huge, giant, 7-foot tall guy. He is the progenitor of Frieza and Cooler, although Cooler only appears in the movies. But King Cold was probably the guy who actually created and set up the Cold Force and the Planet Trade Organization and Planet Trade business, and he is the progenitor of Lord Frieza, as well as Cooler. He probably gave most of his empire to Frieza, as well as the entire Cold Force to Frieza, which then became the Frieza Force. In Dragon Ball Super Broly, King Cold had a cameo where he was talking to King Vegeta III and to the Saiyan elites, and he bestowed the authority of his entire kingdom or galactic intergalactic empire to his son Frieza. So Frieza basically inherited all of it. Now, where this concerns Cooler, that's an entirely different matter. But anyways, King Cold basically was in the shadows. He basically went into retirement until Frieza was defeated and mutilated on Namek. And in the shock of the events on Namek, King Cold rushed and found and got the remains of the dying Frieza, brought him back to a hospital station or whatever, and put him into a healing chamber, and created the cosmic mech suit, and turned Frieza into Mecha Ata Frieza, or Mecha Frieza. 1.5 years later, King Cold and Frieza came to Earth to take revenge on the Saiyan, Goku, for the humiliation that his son had suffered on Namek. Now, in the original future Trunks timeline, Goku used the instantaneous movement to go to Earth and fight the King Cold elites and Frieza. And once Frieza was beaten, King Cold probably tried to make a proposition to Goku to join him in his empire, and once Goku refused, I imagine that King Cold more than likely either tried to flee to his spaceship to get off the planet, or to try to blow the planet up. Because unlike his son, King Cold is not really a fighter. Now, he could have transformed into his final form, the Super King Cold form, or into his final form, and could have tried to blow up the Earth, but regardless of what actually happened, future Goku successfully killed future King Cold, along with his son, future Frieza, forever ridding the entire universe of the menace of the Cold Dynasty. In the Dragon Ball Z timeline, future Trunks traveled back into the past and confronted himself alone against the entire King Cold elite, wiped them out completely, transformed into a Super Saiyan, defeated and sliced Mecha Frieza to pieces and blew him up. King Cold was no doubt surprised to see a mere child or a mere boy transform like that and annihilate his son. So naturally, King Cold tried to propose to Trunks about making an alliance. Future Trunks refused because he was pure of heart. And then King Cold borrowed or talked future Trunks into borrowing his sword, which he then tried to use on future Trunks, thinking that it was the source of his power, only to be mistaken. Future Trunks fired a ki blast into King Cold's heart, basically injuring and impaling him, and then fired another ki blast, killing him and wiping him out instantly. And that was the demise of King Cold. Now, in Resurrection F, Sorbet, one of the highest ranked minions of the Frieza Empire, actually proposed after he resurrected Frieza and successfully healed him in the healing chamber. Sorbet proposed to Frieza about bringing back King Cold, but Frieza refused, saying that there is no need to bring back his father and that he should just stay dead. So I would have to say that probably Frieza and Cooler probably don't really care that much about their father. But regardless, King Cold does make a comeback in Dragon Ball Z, The Rebirth of Fusion, where he's killed by Gohan probably and sent back to Hell. And in the Super 17 arc, there is a scene where there is a news bulletin, and King Cold, together with Cooler and a bunch of other movie and filler villains, are shown in the background, like attacking some city or whatever, and wiping out the entire populace and terrorizing the populace of Earth. And he's probably killed by one of the Z fighters and sent back to Hell. But anyways, yeah, those are all the deaths of King Cold. An otherwise very high-ranking and important figure. Definitely the most high-ranking and supreme commander of the entire Frieza Force, and yet whose role is otherwise quite small and insignificant. So, this is the end of my review of all the characters in the Frieza arc. Bro, we need a Forge Gang stream, bro. Tonight, bro, man, I just want to get through all of this Dragon Ball Z stuff that I've been doing, bro. I apologize, Jeff Berry. Gang, gang, gang. Yeah. Forge Gang!